Hi guys, and welcome to oldschoolhaunter for a brand new Halloween DIY project. This time I'll show you how I made this quirky looking phone pillar or a phone holder. This holder is very universal and can be mounted on a wall or on a pole, and in terms of style it is inspired by the quirky sides of Halloween, and some of you may also know such odd structures from Tim Burton's movies such as Corpse Bride. The whole thing is a relatively simple DIY project and can be created even just before Halloween. So if you are still looking for some decorative elements, this one is a really good decision. If you've already seen my last video about this spooky vintage phone here, then here's the solution to the riddle of the mysterious project I was talking about. And for those of you who haven't seen it yet, you'll find the link about the spooky phone at the end of the video. So let's go to the garage and start the project. I start the project by building the backside. Here I take some old boards from pallets which I glue first. Old boards are especially good here because I don't want to end up with a large perfect wooden board. Then I use two clamps to hold everything together until the glue has dried. And in this step I also attach two boards to the back to make sure that the whole thing doesn't distort in the end. The diagonally screwed board on top is where the curved roof is placed later on. After the glue has dried, it's time to mark the shape. I draw two sidelines diagonally so that the back side is wider towards the top. Here I give additionally 5 cm spacing further out. At the upper end, a curved roof forms the top. To mark this, I put some screws into the wood to have something like a guideline. Using these, I can easily put a metal piece in an arc and mark the rounding of the roof. So alright, after sanding the boards, we now have a nice smooth surface here, and the transitions between the boards are even. We still have some cracks between the boards, like here or here, where the boards didn't fit perfectly when gluing together, or we still have the holes from the nails here, and we have a hole from a branch here. But I don't care about it because this is a Halloween prop, and therefore it shouldn't look too perfect from my point of view. And I will use a flame now to give this surface a little bit more life and character. Alright, the backside of the telephone booth is flamed, but this is not the final surface. This is something I will show you later on. As next step, I will create the side parts and the roof. And for this I use 4mm plywood. And the idea of the side ports and the roof is that the side port protrudes 20 centimeters to the front at the highest point. So here we have 20 centimeters going to the front, and then it falls down this direction, and here we have 2 centimeters to the front. This side port is made identically in the length, and then we cut it down to this length, and we have to make them identical because we want the same slope going down this way. The roof can be created very easily. We only have to measure the length of the rounding here, and then we can screw it to the back side, and then we have the distance of the side ports to cut the roof to a final size. So let's go! After cutting the side ports to size, I first attach them to the back panel temporarily using only a few screws. Going this way I can easily mark the angle of the roof. For the roof I need a few more screws for attachment so that the plywood is neatly pulled to the curve of the back panel. On the left side the roof already fits very well due to I already attached it the right way. On the right side I now have to adjust the length of the roof, and this is very easy here because I can simply draw the line directly on the outer edge for sawing off. The thicker line is wrong and comes from a rough measurement before. I can mark the height of the roof or the slope on the left side here, and this gives me the front edge for cutting the plywood. So alright, the upper part of our telephone booth is finished. Now it's time to paint the whole thing, and I already recognized that I have to glue the corners together here and there to give the outer frame more stability, but this is something I will do after painting. When it comes to painting, all parts get 2 layers of paint. For the first layer I use acrylic paint in the color white, but this is not applied opaque. You should still be able to see the structure under the paint at the end. second layer then consists of a beige color and is also an acrylic paint. This shade is hard to distinguish from the white, but causes the parts to look a little yellowed and old. In the end, the telephone has to be attached to the phone pillar somehow, and for this I built a small platform. Here I use a leftover from the back wall, which fits very well in my case in terms of size. The platform should get a rounding at the front edge, and for marking this I use a trivet from a large plant pot with a diameter of 42 centimeters. So right, this will be the base where the telephone will be placed, and it will be screwed to the back this way, and this is the top, and at the bottom I will use some small wood here and screw 2 additional cross braces to give stability, and at the top I will use the router to route the edges. Then I will use a soldering torch to give the surface a nice texture, and then I will add some paint. So right, I'm done with the painting, all parts are prepared, and for the small chains here and the hinge I used rust spray paint for simplicity. And let me quickly show you a small detail, because the beige color is very hard to see, but if you do a direct comparison here, I hope you can see it on the recording. This is the pure white and this is the white with the beige color on top. And the beige color makes the surface look a little bit aged here, and you will get a yellowish looking layer on top of the white. But enough for this, let's assemble the whole thing now. For attaching the small platform of the phone I use a hinge. The question may be why? Well, when I want to put the whole thing away, I loosen the chains on one side and then I just fold the platform down. That way it no longer sticks out in the front, and that makes it easier for me to store it. everything is assembled so far and I'm very happy with the result. On this side I will use some construction glue on the inside to stabilize the corner itself. And on the other side there is still a gap here, which I will also fill. Then I will sand the edge and then the gap won't be visible anymore. Otherwise I am very happy with it. Let me quickly do the finishing touches and then I will show you the finished result. Of course, you can decorate this phone holder or phone booth on your own desire. I've added a few cobwebs and a few creepy crawlies here, and with a little light and fog, the phone on the holder is waiting for its next victim. I'm looking forward to using this Halloween prop in my decorations, and I'm already curious about the people's reactions. As you could see, you don't need too much in terms of materials. A few old boards, plywood and paint is all you need here. And if you do recreate this weird phone holder, have fun with it and also feel free to write me in the comments what you think about this project. So we've reached the end for today, and if you liked the video, if you found it helpful, please give me a thumbs up. And very important, don't forget to hit subscribe so you don't miss any of the further updates here on my channel. I'm looking forward to the next project. Say thanks for watching and happy Halloween!